So, during my scrounging around home, I came across these old Shareware CDs that my dear grandfather and I bought when I was super young. And I thought it'd be nice to check through these self-titled games CDs. There's a bunch of Shareware games in them. As it says on the cover, this one's about jazz. The great game gives you many exciting hours with your PC. The games varies from advanced to simple. Many of the games are brilliant for children. Cool. And then you open it with one hand. My granddad left instructions on how to play it. P for pause, S for quit, T for slow motion or goings habits, Alt for hopping, spacebar for shooting, and Control for giving ammunition. He also has left comments on the games that are in these Shareware CDs. They were fairly cheap way back when, and I remember getting some of them. This was the one that a friend gifted me, and there's a good handful of these, and indeed they don't, like many of these titles, I'm not even quite familiar with. For example, this one, well, we did do a video about that on the channel. Doom, we all know. God of Thunder is a nice game. Another game that we've covered. And games like Halloween Harry, Alien Carnage, Fuzzy's World, Hugo, Jungle of Doom, including Brutal, Paws of Fury, and NASCAR. And another game we've covered by the name of Wacky Wheels. But yeah, indeed, some of these CDs, well, all of them really, have other games as well. Markedly, quite often, worse games. So let's take a look at some of them, alright? Welcome! So, the first disc that I've inserted is the one with Wacky Wheels, and here are the contents. There's Wacky Wheels, there's Cosmo, Chinese, Dunjax, and 4Z, and of course the start file. Now I'm not going to be getting too technical on it, so I just have my DOSBox client, and let's just start throwing these things right into it and see how it goes. I'll turn the volume down a little. There's the disk error. Alright. Start. Okay, well, as said, I'm not going to get too, it's Chinese checkers, and let's see. This is the man we would have been playing up against, I reckon. But yeah, in interest of not wasting any time, I'll just, not bother too much. This is, of course, the Shareware version of Cosmo's Cosmic Adventure. An all-time classic. Oh, takes me back. Fond memories of Cosmo. Way back. I remember we used to go to our cousin's place, and they had Cosmo on their PC, Shareware, of course, because not a whole lot of people, we didn't end up buying most of the games that the Shareware CDs had in them, or Shareware in general. It was not necessarily hard to acquire, but at least in, our family and, most of my friends and people I grew up with didn't really realize that these were not the full games. But yeah, a silly little memory I have of Cosmo is that my cousin's father, he was fairly poorly. He had injured his leg, and my cousins weren't at home, and I was stuck playing Cosmo, and I ran into an obstacle, and I just asked him like, hey, Proxy Dad, can you come here? And sure enough, he lugged himself a dozen steps upstairs to help a poor little kid out, and it just turned out that he was stuck on Cosmo's Cosmic Adventure. And little did I know, but he wasn't quite... well, yeah. He couldn't really play. But a nice memory regardless. Silly. Yeah, the game itself, it's pretty good. It's... oh, sorry for the cursor. This is gonna be a little rougher, as you can tell from the commentary. I haven't prepared at all, so my vernacular may be lacking as well. But yeah, a solid RPG platformer. It's got the effect, I've noticed it lately, that you know how it's locked in frame rate? Is this like 16, 14? I can't really tell, because sadly, despite how many games I play, and how the amount of games I've played and the hours I've sunk into video games, I really don't quite know the technicalities behind them. I see the logic in design, oftentimes, but this is a hard jump, by the way. Oh, nice, like an old master. Always watch and learn. But yeah, I really don't know a whole lot about especially the CPU limitations at the time. I don't know why the frame rate is locked as it is. But yeah, in the recent years, and well, ever since more modern games came about, it's been increasingly hard to stomach the frame rate. It gets hard on the eyes. Oh yeah, I used to be really scared of these blue dudes. Oh, and the snails, you can't jump on them. I mean, you can, but they leave a puddle, which then damages you, I believe. Yeah. But yeah, for now that's Cosmo's Cosmic Adventure. Let's check the others. Let's check the readmes as well. Why not? Disney World. A Black King Comet. Alright. While Cosmo's dad repaired the ship, he finds strange footprints. Oh yeah, I do remember this. Spooky little story there. Dunjax was a very curious game. See, all these are different games. I think D is for Dunjax. And, well, we'll get to this. Do we though? Alright, so it took me a while to fiddle, and well, I will try my best to... just a second, see if this works. So, this is Dunjax. I got it to... well, I managed to make it work somehow. Now, as you saw, the folder had 3 different files. This is because I imagine, well, we'll have to read about this soon, but I remember this game. It's yeah, we're an astral explorer, and we have to find a missing device to exit. And this is us, an Ultramarine, and as far as I recall, the controls for this game were obtuse. Let's hit the help button. Arrows move, R fire, space, change our facing, and yeah. So we're an Ultramarine in a... oh? Or do I have the sounds on? I should. There we go. So yeah, it's this was a very curious game, because I played it. I played this a lot. I didn't get too far, and when was this made again? We'll have to see. Oh, took a bit of a beating there. But have you ever seen a game like this? Now, quirkily enough, this game has an actual Flash version online, made by the same guy. It has a, well, modern-esque graphical look to it, and all the while Pantera's Walk just plays on the background as it's on its MIDI format. And yeah, we're just shooting at these gargoyle things. There isn't a whole lot to be said about this game besides the curious history, which, well, I'll try to get into it, at least at some point. But for now, let's enjoy the games. But yes, this was Dunjacks. Then on to the next ones. This one is Nath Jet by the very same guy. Jeff Mather and Dave Neek. From 1990. Okay, let's see what's up with this. Dictator of enemy country, nuclear missiles. Uh-oh, protect the homeland. This is more topical than ever. Ordering info. So yeah, okay. It's a series of 5 games. And alright, so we checked out Dunjacks. Dunjacks 2 I haven't tried. This is Nath Jet. And actually very curious. There's supposed to be, well, we'll get into it later as well, but in this trilogy, at least on the CD of Shareware games, there's a game called Sylmar, I believe, which is kind of a dungeon romp, dungeon crawler, roguelike, like an actual roguelike. And that's an interesting game. Played that a lot, but never quite got the hang of it. So it might be something I'll need to keep playing. But Ranadin, I have not played, nor have I tried Requiem. $12 total. I'm sure that was a bargain in 1990. Alright. There's his address if you want to buy these. And yeah, you can see it's, let's see the help. R is for guns, E is for bombs. So yeah, it's practically Dunjacks, except you don't, well, you keep moving because you're a fighter pilot. Now, it's a fairly accurate simulation. I remember my days in the Air Force. Yeah, all in a day's work, really. Let's try the bombs. Okay, so when you go too low, it actually doesn't shoot you back up. Something happened then and there. There's these little star power-ups that you can pick up, and we blew up. That's Nath Jet, and it wasn't my favorite out of these games by Mr. Dave. So next up is the Sylmar, if I remember the name. Yeah, Jeff and Dave, the usual suspects. Now, let's see. Instructions. TLDR. Yeah, get deeper or go deeper. Get the enemies. Experience. Special items. Combat terms. A damage die. Well, not really die, but parameters for the weapons and the armor. It's, let's see, does it have a previous character? There is a pre-made character. I would love to know the name of it, but okay, let's make our own. Select characters. Now these aren't just like races or something. These are actually classes and races built into one. There's a percussionist and a baseball player. And sub-vampire. We'll pick the percussionist. Let's pray to drums. TNT drumsticks and Warpole cymbals. Drums of death. Okay. Drums of doom. Or like. Alright, stats allocations then. We don't have any extra points, so let's just roll with it to get a hang of the game. Yes, let's use this character. You descend into the dungeons. So this is us. Alright, We did that. O for open. No. Use. Oh, let's not use any of our items. There's the abbreviations. Get the chest. I believe that was just experience. Now, as far as I recall, many of these... excuse the keyboard noise for the record, by the way. Oh, well, we died. I want to try again. Crusader time. What does he seek? Well. Not a whole lot, apparently. Still, let's roll with it. Alright. Well, we're taking a lot of hits right away. IP is our health. Oh, we lost our torch. And we died. Now I swear, this game wasn't that hard way back when. Let's play the Zerk. And let's decrease our intelligence. And our judgment. And let's increase strength, endurance. And that'll be it. Done. Use. It doesn't really look like a Zerker. We have a club. Okay. Now, how do we wield it? Use club. There we go. That's our weapon now. We avoided a trap. So this ghost pad... Oh? Now we're in the dark and we don't have a torch. Well, let's TP. Buy torch. Torch. Oh, buy torch. Buy torch. Let's buy more of them. And maybe a little bit of food. There we go. And now we can actually use a torch. Oops, not the idol. I think I dropped it. There we go. Alright. So the bats seemingly snuff out your torches. And there we go. We get to go a little deeper. There doesn't seem to be a wait command. Alright. This kind priest heals you. Thank you, priest. Okay. Let's go a little deeper. There isn't a whole lot to this game, but you know, it's cool what they've done. Now I'm not necessarily hooked, but I want to see what happens. You have a lot of secret walls and such to go through. And there's an acid trap. Again, our torch goes out. Okay, well, let's remain in the dark and quit Sylmar for now. Next on the chopping block is 4Z with an icon like this, which I reckon is Fred Flintstone. Let's try list.exe. Now this game seems to be from 1986. Alright, let's not do that. I have no idea what to expect. Okay. Often helps to just plunk them down on the... There we go. Okay. Make checks payable to Robert Roberts. Okay. We'll do that. There we go! A card game. Well. Select cards to toss and replace. Select done when finished. Well. Let's do like this. Toss those. No, score this hand in the scoring table. Grand total of 300 wins. I have no idea what's happening. Is this a boss key though? It really is. Classic. Now this was a really smart way for me to dodge my way out of a card game, because frankly I'm shit, if you'll excuse me. And the last game would be Wacky Wheels, which we have already covered in the channel, so go check that one out. I know the quality for this video is pretty rough. It's all done on the fly, so I don't have any sort of script to rely on. And, well, no excuses. This will be fun. It already has been fun. And there's still a good handful of CDs to cover, so thank you so much for watching and keep tuning in. We'll crack the riddles within these apocryphal chests of cyberware. Thank you, and bye-bye.